Hey again everyone, and welcome back. Today we're going retro once again as we take a look at a Hot Wheels set from the 1990s, that being this Home Improvement Action Pack. Now this is literally nostalgia for me because I grew up with the show back in the 90s, and I mean, you had Tim Allen, who is one of the iconic actors out there, and Richard Karn, and I think this set has a lot of potential. So let's go ahead and get into it. So presentation's everything, and the way this set is displayed is done very well. When it comes to the box artwork, you can see that we got Home Improvement right here and various tool art in the background. I also like the It's Tool Time up here in the corner. Now, with everything that's included in the set here, you can see it's presented very well. You've got the vehicles, you've got the accessories, and the figures. Although, if I was going to change one thing about the way this set was presented in the box, I would have, instead of this just blue background here, I would have had this maybe look like the set from Tool Time. That might have been a nice touch. You can notice here that the rubber bands holding Tim Allen in place have actually deteriorated, so he's kind of just floating there at the moment. But going around to the back of the box, you can see the set presented. If you want to read any of this, you can pause the video, and then you can see some other sets which were available at the time. I actually got the girls out of the Surf Patrol set, and yeah, and then there's some of your consumer information and what have you, and you can see the set is dated 1996. But with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get this out of the box and take a look at it. Okay, here is everything out of the box. I kind of struggled a little bit back there. I really hate those twist ties. But you can see for vehicles, we got the 33 Ford convertible, as well as the Dixie Chopper. Figures, we got Tim Allen and Richard Karn. And we've also got a bonus Binford rolling toolbox. Okay, here is the Dixie Chopper on the turntable, and no, this is not the same one that I took my rage out on while attempting to do my last Diecast video. Anyways, looking at the Dixie Chopper here, you can see that this is one big beast, and if I remember the show right, this was from an episode where Tim Allen challenged Bob Vila to a lawnmower race, which was intended for charity. However, Tim Allen got very competitive and wanted to beat Bob Vila, so he built the Dixie Chopper, which when it came down to the race, like a lot of the things he creates, it just goes completely haywire, takes off, goes completely off the track, through people's yards, damages property, and I think in the end the police even impounded the mower. Now, I don't really remember exactly how the mower looked in the show, but I do believe Hot Wheels came pretty close here. I'm going to go out on a limb and say they did take some creative liberties. The proportions are probably off somewhat. I know the wheels aren't right. And I do like the motor on the back, though. I'm thinking that might have been... Was that a jet engine that they put on the back of this? Somebody can tell me. But one thing I will say I'm a little disappointed with is I don't like the Hot Wheels logo on the mower. And yes, I know Hot Wheels made this, but just in my opinion, Hot Wheels has a tendency to put their logo where it doesn't belong sometimes, especially on some of these like newer, I believe they're called Real Rider cars. I've seen that quite a few times. But I mean, overall, the Dixie Chopper looks pretty good, and I do like the fact that we get figures of Tim Allen and Richard Karn, also known as Flannel Boy. But I would have liked to have seen a standing figure of Tim Allen. But, I mean, it was one of those deals. You were either going to get a sitting one to go on the mower or a standing one that couldn't go on the mower. It's not like Mattel was going to give you both. But regardless, it is nice to see a figure of him regardless.
And I really do like the figure of Richard Karn. I think they captured the look of, well, both of these actors perfectly, in my opinion. And it's really great to see these figures in this set. For some size comparisons, I put some other figures from my collection up alongside the ones which came in this set, and you may be able to see a bit of a size difference going on, particularly with the Richard Karn figure here. Up alongside the Matchbox and Greenlight figures, you can see this one's a bit taller, and I mean, all three of these have base plates, but again, and even just the proportions do seem to be different between them. And I mean, I've got other figures here from manufacturers, like this one's Ertl, not exactly sure what this one is. This is a Hot Wheels figure, this is a Johnny Lightning figure. And I've also went ahead and got some 1/64 scale lawnmowers to put up next to the Dixie Chopper. And again, I still think that the Dixie Chopper, the proportions are a bit overscaled. But, I mean, at the same time, when Hot Wheels made this set, they weren't going for full-on accurate 1/64 scale pieces. So, you know, it's understandable. And here's the 33 Ford, along with the Binford toolbox, which came in this set. Another two great pieces to have, and I really like the look of the 33 Ford. And if my memory is correct, Tim Allen spent quite a bit of time building this car on Home Improvement from the ground up. And at one point in the series, it even made an appearance racing against Bob Vila. Now, something I am a little curious about with this casting is whether this was made for this set or if it existed prior, because I noticed that both this 33 Ford and the Dixie Chopper are dated 1996. So again, I'm curious if this casting existed before that or if this was the new year for it. Maybe the Hot Wheels guys can enlighten me on the details to that and if this casting saw any other use after this set. But getting on to the Binford toolbox here, you can see it's pretty standard. It's just a plastic little accessory that came in this set. It's got the Binford logo on it. One thing I'm not too fond of is, once again, we've got the Hot Wheels logo on this toolbox. And like I mentioned with the Dixie Chopper, it wasn't on there, you know, in the series, so really don't care for it to be on here, but you know, I already went over that once. You can see the box does have some wrench details and what have you, and other tools on it. And I recognize this because I got some resin castings of this, which I'll show here later. And a little fun fact for you guys, the Binford toolbox, it also made an appearance in one of Tim Allen's movies, that being the first Toy Story movie. Like I mentioned before, I've got some resin casts of this toolbox minus the wheels that I bought online. And you can see that I've gone ahead and painted the wrenches and other tools in the toolboxes. And I've even got some of just the smaller one by itself, which, you know, these are really nice to have to detail 1/64 scale shop environments. And interestingly enough, I do know that Greenlight also has a Binford shop set, I think it is. It comes with a couple benches and tools and what have you with Binford on them. And I do have plans to get that here at some point. Just for a bit of fun, I went ahead and set up a little crash scene on one of my displays. And what happened was the Dixie Chopper just ran away again, got into traffic, narrowly missed hitting an oncoming motorist, and then crashed into a gate right here. A bit comical, you know, just having a bit of fun. Alright, final thoughts on this set. And if you haven't guessed by now, I'm all for this. I like it, I like the pieces which are included, and as I've mentioned before, it's 90s nostalgia for me. I grew up with Home Improvement, as I'm sure many others did, and I mean, Tim Allen's just one of the most iconic actors out there. In fact, if you've seen his most recent TV show, Last Man Standing, it's amazing the number of references there are in that to other TV shows or movies that he's been in. In fact, some of the Home Improvement cast members have actually appeared on Last Man Standing, and even Tim Allen himself reprised his role as Tim the Toolman in one of the episodes. But when it comes to this set, I would highly recommend this if you're nostalgic about Home Improvement like I am, and if you want a piece like this in your 1/64 scale diecast or Hot Wheels collection, it's well worth picking one of these up. Now, I will say you have to shop around on eBay because there is some price gouging going on with these. You know, people think that it's rare and hard to find. Give me a break. But my set I got for $15, and that was delivered to my door. I'd say if you can pick this up for under $20 delivered to your door, it's well worth getting. But like I mentioned before, I really like this. 90s nostalgia for me. Had to have it. That's going to be it for this review, though. Feel free to let me know your thoughts on this set down in the comments below. Also, feel free to let me know if you've seen Home Improvement, what your thoughts are on it, and even what your opinion is on Tim Allen and Richard Karn. But anyways, that's all for now. I'll catch you guys on the next video.